Hey everyone, hope everyone had a great Christmas. I know I haven't really been doing too many videos, but I just have a lot of stuff going on, kind of trying to figure out what exactly I'm going to be doing here in the next few months. But I wanted to go ahead and do the prophetic word for 2022 like I've been doing like the last few years. So obviously we saw that in 2020, whenever I put that word out, I had no clue what was really going to happen. I just knew that 2020 was going to be the year of beginning, but didn't really. I had no. There was no way for me to know that that COVID would come and that would literally cause the beginning of everything that we've been dealing with. So obviously in 2020 we saw the cracks and falsities in our lives began to become very apparent to us, and that marked the beginning of a new way of living. So I remember saying 2020 was the year of beginning, amongst other things. And then in 2021 we saw movements of destroying the faults and rebuilding the foundations of our lives. So this year, of course, we saw the movements of, I guess, deconstruction. Even though there's always going to be people who take things to the extreme, and then there's also people who are going to just go with the flow and not go to the extreme. So of course, with the movements of destroying the falsities and rebuilding the foundations, we had people who literally left the faith, which is to be expected in a way. And then of course others who, like myself, are they went through the motions of going back to the basics of their foundations of scripture, their faith, their belief system, and start rebuilding that proper foundation just like the Lord wanted to. Now in 2022, just like the last few years He has shown me, like starting like in August, September time frame, He did this again. And He started showing me the whole thing about the cycles and repetitions and breaking those things. And that's basically what 2022 is going to be, is about breaking the cycles. Now, I already know that it's already begun for some people, but then, it's going to, and then for others, it's going to be a later thing. So God will be moving us to break the dead cycles in our lives. The cycles that no longer work for us, the cycles that keep us from moving forward and improving ourselves. For some, we have already began seeing this, but for many it will be revealed to them as they begin to break the dead cycles. Breaking these cycles will enable us to continue into areas that we couldn't enter into before breaking those cycles or habits. And that kind of goes with with anything of a cycle or habit that we break. But of course, this year it's a special year. 2022 is going to be a special year because this also has to do with getting into the promised land and the progress and process of doing that. We must remember that breaking these cycles will cause us to lose friends and loved ones. There will be those who don't want us to stop what we've been doing, whether it's sin or not. They will be the ones still living in the dead cycles, unaware of them, just like the many who have broken dead cycles before. And they tell us that improving ourselves will always cause us to lose friends. This canon will be difficult because some of those friends we may have known for half our lives or more. But we cannot continue these cycles and expect improvement in our life. That's just not the way things work. These cycles can be looked at as the Israelites circling the desert. The longer you take to break the cycle, the longer it will take to move to the next step and possibly your promised land. This is your tower time. Breaking dead cycles and habits can be a time for healing, since there are wounds that cannot be truly fully healed without breaking cycles and moving forward. I can also see that people will get major revelations during or after they break these cycles, such as why the Father allowed the cycles to begin, and what these cycles will help us see and discover about ourselves after them. Many times we fear and are concerned about if we're strong enough to keep them from entering into the cycle again, basically beginning the cycle again. We can be fearful and concerned about not repeating it again. But I believe that the answer will be shown to us in those revelations, as long as we remember that it's God that has shown us our cycles and has enabled us to break free from them. Then we have nothing to worry about. Some of us were in these cycles for many years, if not decades, and it wasn't until God showed us, then we were able to break free. I'm just going to remember that God did that. We didn't do it ourselves. So God showed us the stuff, or else we would have never been aware of it. It's time to break free and live the best life that we can. It's time to thrive and not just survive. But I know it was a short one this time. I just kind of wanted to be to the point, basically. But I hope y'all have a great ending of 2021. And I look forward to hearing the results, and maybe as things continue on in 2022, of how things progress. Y'all take care. Thank you for taking the time and watching this video. I want to encourage you to like and subscribe to this channel to help boost the ratings, and prayerfully consider supporting this channel. I personally believe that God is rising up the smaller ministries to do a big job in His kingdom. And this is not possible without support from His children, us. If you would, go to my Patreon, www.patreon.com/thegothicmystic. There you'll find a variety of tiers and my website. Again, thank you for your time.